right, so we're working on trimming out the last door today, and we went ahead and got some measurements, checked some angles, figured out approximately where we're gonna have to set the saw to get everything put together in this corner. It's kind of an odd corner, and went ahead and made the corner piece, got it tacked in place. Now we're working on fitting in the side pieces. I just kind of whittled away on this one a little bit to try to figure out the angle, got everything fitting in there pretty well. We had to trim this back into the piece down to get it to fit exactly against the apron under the stairs there, and we got that looking good. And now we've got a uniform reveal all the way up and down our piece here with this angle. So now I'll be able to copy that angle to the piece that's actually going to go from here down to the floor. And then you can see I had to beat the drywall a little bit. This door, when it was plumb in the opening, was actually down kind of inside the drywall here and then outside the drywall down here. So the wall, I think, was racked a little bit, or the wood twisted as it dried. Something happened. But at any rate, made it a little bit more difficult to get this thing in here. So ended up having to beat this drywall down in order to get the corner trim to fit without getting all twisted up. This piece, as you can see, is not going to be a full piece. So we're going to have to figure out the height, and the angle hopefully will be right at 45, and then we'll rip it down on the table saw, get it to fit in there, get it tacked in. Once we get everything tacked in, caulked, and wood filler and everything, and painted up, it should look nice, even though it's cut down a little bit. So these corners do make it a little tricky sometimes when you got moldings coming together, and you know, doors that have angles and all sorts of fun stuff. We had a ball yesterday trying to get all this stuff fitted in. But I think once we get it all done and get our base and our trim and shoe and everything fitted, it's gonna look really, really nice. Gonna be well worth the effort once we get it all painted out. So I'm gonna go cut the piece that fits on this left side, and then we'll do the piece across the top, the header there, and then go ahead and work on our right side piece, get it ripped down on the table saw, and wrap this door up. All right, so we got the left side piece fitted in there nicely, and that's a nice tight joint there. Good reveal all the way down to the bottom. And I just finished the right side. What I did on it was cut it to length. I knew what my final length needed to be, and then calculated the width based on how much room I had between the other piece of trim and the reveal line. And that gave us 2 1/8 inches. So then ripped that down on the table saw and just got that nailed into place. And that worked out nicely. Once we get it caulked up and painted, it's gonna look really nice in that corner. So that leaves us one more piece across the top. Cannot wait to get that last little section done here. It's gonna be a little tricky. You know, it's gonna be full height all the way across here. And then this will be just a partial, I don't know, corner, I guess you would call it, because it's got to get cut off a little bit to match that 2 1/8 width on the trim. So that'll be a little bit tricky, but I think it'll come out okay. I know what my measurement is here, and this one's a 45, so I just need to get my length, and then go ahead and start figuring out how much to nibble off the end there to get that to fit in there nice and tight. All right, so here we go. We got the last piece in across the top there, and that was a doozy. Lots of angles. The end had to get chopped off. Gonna do a little bit of putty and filler work just to kind of dress up that end down there, because it's kind of weird how those pieces meet. But I think with just a little bit of caulk and filler work there, we'll get that to look nice and smooth. Wasn't really any other way to tackle that one. This corner came together nicely. So overall, I'm pleased. Now we're ready to go ahead and start putting in some baseboard and shoe molding. We'll do some upside down shoe up here, and then base and shoe all the way across here. And that will get this space finished off. We'll be able to get everything caulked and filled, put the knobs on. It's gonna look pretty. And we'll be able to hide all our stuff in there. Nobody will be the wiser, which is a good thing. All right, so we're gonna take a quick break here for lunch and then go ahead and knock out the rest of this. Catch you guys up here in a few. All right, so we got all the base and shoe done along this wall as well. Really helps to finish off the space. So that pretty much takes care of this whole wall. We're gonna leave this area here without any trim on it for now. may just end up leaving that. We talked about flipping over some shoe molding and putting a piece there just to kind of detail that out, but we're going to leave it like that for a little while. Just decide if we really want to do that or not. But I think it turned out really well. So next up, we'll get all the nail holes filled and the joints caulked and the seams caulked, and we'll come back in and paint everything out, and it's gonna look awesome. Got to do one more piece of crown here, and then I have to do my shoe mold along this side. As you can see, I got a couple of outlets to put in as well. One more piece of base and shoe goes over here. I'll go ahead and knock that out. And then we got one more piece of crown that goes across the top here. And I think that's going to take care of the mudroom, Butler's pantry, stairway, back hall, bathroom area. Except for this window. Got to trim that out too. You know how it is. You think you're done, then you look around, you find another little project. But we're getting close. Looking really good.